Welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. My name is Roderick Chappelle. Got a little drive time, so we're gonna come and talk about several items. First of all, it's gonna be the Virginia gun ban. We're gonna talk about the food shortage. We're gonna talk about the New Year. We're gonna talk about Christmas. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff. So, without further ado, cue the intro. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have an intro today. You know what? I used to do intros on here, but it's all good. Whatever. Hopefully y'all can hear me, because sometimes when I plug in, with my mic, sometimes it acts silly. So as you come in, please, sir, please, ma'am, let me know who's here. State your name, what state or country you're watching from, and only thing, we have two rules. That's the first one, and then the second one is just be kind and be courteous in your comments, because the moderators will come in and boot you. They don't play. They like quick drama grog too. They don't have no kind of, I don't even know what to call them, because they just be on it. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever and wherever you may be watching from. So, from someone, and I've been kind of not covering this story because I live in the state, but it's getting to the point where it's like it's all over now. I mean, people, and my friend Paul and Adrian out there in Oak Desert Farm, Paul and Adrian out there covering the coverage of the gun ban right here in Virginia, and I haven't even talked about it that much. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come in and I'm going to talk about it. Hello, Homestead Hope of Terror from Georgia. Hello, Miss Grace from Florida. Miss Grace is saying hello, Tara, from Florida to Georgia. So hello, ladies. How y'all doing? Glad y'all are here. Pretty sure both of those ladies are moderators. If not, they should be, because they are always here, and I appreciate them for being here. So anyway, let's talk about this. Let's talk about these gun laws. And I'm going to give you guys my perspective. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, okay? I don't want to argue. I don't want to fuss. I don't want to fight. I'm coming from one history, a historical perspective, and then Roderick's, which I try not to give you guys, but I'm going to give you guys my personal opinion about something. Probably for the first time in 6 months that we've been doing this channel. So here we go. Some of you guys know that, and some of y'all may not, that there's a bill that is proposed on the floor and supposed to be voted on next month. And according to what I have read, it pretty much gonna make anything that's not a revolver or a musket, they're gonna try to make it illegal to have on parts of, purchase, store, keep, have possession of. Anything that has a detachable magazine, and it was like anything that can hold more than 10 rounds. If you read the law, it is so it's like they banned everything with no kind of grandfather clause, and as far as I understood, there was no grace period. I want to tip my hat, and I want to thank the citizens of this state, of the state of Virginia, or the Commonwealth of Virginia, because they have been coming out in droves. Now I'm talking about, they've been having these, what do they call those meetings? Anyway, they've been having these city meetings, and folks it's been standing room only, at a lot of them. And a lot of, not only in my area, but, other counties and other cities in the states have been having these meetings, and a lot of folks are like, you know what? No, we're not going to stand for this. And it's funny, because I always learned growing up, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I got to give it to the citizens of Virginia. They're not taking this land down, and they were not taking this land down. And they are being very, very active. And I will tell you this, I'd be willing to bet all the money in my pocket right now that in 2 years or 4 years or whenever the next election is, I bet people will be out in droves voting. Which is all, things like this are always good to happen, because then it makes us start becoming more active in our communities. It does. It truly does. And also it makes you start looking and seeing what is going on in your city, your state, your local, your county government. And it makes you look at folks and like, okay, I see how you are and I don't like it, or I see how you are and I want more of it. So that's what's going to be going on. Hey, Debbie, I didn't even see you popped in. So that's what's been going on as far as what they've been trying to do. I know for a fact that the city of Chesapeake, which not too far from where I am right now, they came together and they said we're going to not only make our city a sanctuary city, which is apparently a city that allows the carrying or the use or the ownership. And I honestly, I don't know. And I didn't do any research before I came. It's just from everything I'm reading and hearing here locally. But they turned their city into a constitutional city. Okay? And I was like, I like that. That's a good way of putting it. So, historically, if you have researched or studied anything about our forefathers, our founding fathers, were they perfect? No. Did they have some things about them that weren't right? Of course, everybody does. We're all human. But they tried to put together a place that people were free and had the right to pursue happiness, however they felt that was. And when they passed the amendments, okay, I believe the first one was the freedom of speech and the freedom of gathering, which is being challenged at times. And then the second was the right to bear arms. And they knew that if you took away the citizens' rights to bear arms, then the citizens were then at the mercy of the government, okay? Or at the mercy of whomever were the gun-toting hombres, okay? Gun-toting friends, people. I mean, because if you wanna find out who's in charge, give somebody a gun, and it's easy. You're like, oh, that person in charge. But if everybody's armed, then it makes it more of a level playing field. This is Roger's opinion, okay? And like I said, I don't want to fuss, argue, or fight about any of this. And for a very, very, very long time, I would ask the question, why do people, why would somebody need this kind of weapon? Why would, especially when I was young, before I went into the military, why would you need this? Why would you need that? Well, when I took the oath and when I went into the military, I took an oath to protect the country against both foreign and domestic threats. Both foreign and domestic. And it seems now that a lot of our freedoms, okay, are being challenged. And they're being challenged. Why? I think because of power. That's my honest opinion. Hello, is that Estella? I think so. Okay. Welcome to the show. And remember, power corrupts absolutely, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And if you think about that statement, it's almost to the point where you put somebody in power, and the more power that they have, the more power they crave and want. Now the average citizen here, we just want to be left alone. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, and you let me know where you are, and you correct me if you feel the same way. The average person just want to go to work, try to make a living, get to retirement, enjoy life, be left the heck alone, right? There is power in money. Yep, the government is here to help you. We could always count on the government. They're never wrong. Wait, they've never wronged anyone? Oh, yes. Oh, Zart, you are so absolutely correct with that. Never have, ever have they, ever. Can you believe that? Y'all better go and look at research the creature at Jekyll Island. And God dog it, what is that darn Diaries of a it's escaping me right now. Diaries of a I can't remember what that book is called. But yeah, I know Zark is being facetious and he's making fun of things. But it's so crazy that a lot of people believe, I mean, it's not even they think, they believe that ABC agencies and government entities have their best interests in their documents. Because I can't even say hearts, because agencies don't have hearts. But they think they have their best interest in that black and white. And that is definitely not the case. So anyway, I just want to tip my hat, and I want to thank the citizens here in Virginia. And I've been saying this on every time I commented on something. I'm so in shock and awe, because it were three states I thought I'd never seen anything like this rise up and try to be passed. Number one was Virginia, the state I live in. Number two was Texas, the state I'm from. And number three is Alaska. Those are three states that I never thought that I would see anything like this. And then again, I never thought that I'd see Virginia turn blue either. But, you know, I have my theories on all that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the citizens are speaking. The people are rising up. And they're saying, you know what? We're not going to have it. We're not going to deal with that. And I don't know if they passed some law yesterday or whatever. Something happened where it was like, yeah, start putting the militias together. I was like, wow, it's gonna get serious. Which, you know, I'm like, hey, whatever, let's go Russia, go with the flow. Cause I'm pretty much an easygoing guy. You know, I don't like rocking the boat. I want to go with the flow. I want to go with the current. And but you know, Jennifer and I had talked about this when it first came out. I was like, hey, let me let you know what's about what they're trying to do, and let me let you know what I plan on doing if and when this passes. Okay? And look, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, what you feel is necessary for you and your family, and for your rights. Okay? We've been spoiled for too long. Now, let me catch up on the chat here. Right. What if the intention was not to confiscate guns, but to threaten to do it? Then change it to just have registration. One small step in at a time. And that, you know what? As soon as I saw them say that today, because that's the new thing now. Now is, oh, we're gonna let you guys keep them, but now you gotta register them. And I'm like, when I buy a gun, am I not registering the gun then? Because you know who bought it, you know the address, and all that good stuff. So yeah, people aren't that stupid. If they threaten that here, regardless, I would vote against them. I'd be like, can't take what you can't find. If they can't take guns away from Alaska and Texas, every other state will follow. Once they hit Alaska, that's it, because they live in the wilderness with bears and all. They will never take guns away in Texas. Well, I was saying that same thing about Virginia. I was saying, oh yeah, that, and my wife is like, oh, that'll never pass. But then I'm kind of in agreement with Knife Collector. You know, because I mean, it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth right now, because I'm like, that's interesting. You threaten to do all this, and then all of a sudden now is, oh, you can do this as long as you register. Interesting. Okay. And that's the first thing I thought. I said, they raised all this ruckus, and they did all this to get people in an uproar, to calm them down by saying, oh, you can keep them, all you got to do is register. First thing I thought of, Night Collector. Hello, how are you? Hey, Green Organic Love. How you doing, Queen? Did you ever get your juicer to work right? I'm afraid that will start a civil war. You know, it's and that's the news now. You know, the news is, and of course it's not in the mainstream media. You're going to find it on YouTube and, you know, other places like that, where people are like, you know, this is going to start a civil war. I don't think it'll get to that. I really don't think so. I think before it gets to that, I think people will vote folks out of office. I really believe so. Because you also got to understand, people who own guns, you know, they believe in their rights, and they believe in exercising their rights, and they also know that ultimately the best way to speak is through your dollars, but then through your voting. You know, because a lot of us still believe in the process. I can't say I'm one of them, but a lot of us believe in the process. So you know, that's why I want to start. I want to start with this gun stuff, because never ever thought I'd see anything like that here in Virginia. Never thought. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Never. That was the least of my worries. Honestly, that was the least of my worries. Was not even remotely thinking about any kind of gun confiscation, gun law, you know, activating the National Guard. I'm like, all this crazy stuff I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, right. All right, so let me see. 4 cities in the U.S. have been hacked and shut down. Internet isn't far. What are you talking about, Debbie? I don't think it would cause an all-out war, because most people wouldn't actually fight over anything but losing the internet. But I think that could amount of troubles, laugh out loud, terror as of now 4 cities in the U.S. have been hacked and shut down. The internet isn't far. Terror hit the internet, and it's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, if you wanna cause some ruckus in your house, if you have teenagers and small children, turn your Wi-Fi off and see what happens. I mean, people are so spoiled. I mean, there's no better word than to describe us as being spoiled. And if you want to truly find out how spoiled your children or your grandchildren, turn the Wi-Fi off. I would say turn the power off. But that may cause some serious problems. You know, that may cause problems to the point where, you know, you can't rebound from that. But yeah, if you want to find out what happens with people, turn the Wi-Fi off, and yeah, you'll start a war in your household. People will riot if they lose. Let's see, if they lose the internet. Perfect opportunity to initiate Mark of the Beast. Give us your pew-pews, and we'll give you some food. 4 major cities in the U.S. has had the cities hacked and shut down. Pensacola, another city in Florida, Louisiana, and a small city in California. We went off-grid. No power? Really? My children grew up with no power. Okay, cool. Oh, how long have you guys been off grid? That's amazing and remarkable. Most people, can't make it without power. Most people will lose their absolute minds if they don't have power. You know, and I look back at, when we were growing up, a lot of times we didn't have power. We didn't have, heated water. We didn't have water sometimes. And it wasn't because, my mom was shutting it off. It was because she couldn't pay the bills. And we grew up that way. But I look back at that and I'm like, man, that was such good preparation for now. Because when things happen, I instantly go into, shutdown mode. I'm like, okay, well, hey, we don't have power, do this, this, and this. You don't have water, then make sure you do this, this, and this. And it's funny, I was walking into my building earlier, and I walked a different way, because normally I'll go in and go through the front entrance. But I came down the side and I went kind of stayed on the sidewalk and I saw this water spigot, and I saw it and I turned it on. I was like, they just got this out here for anybody to get water. I was like, that's beautiful. I thank y'all. That's awesome. You know, I miss what Knife said. I'll scroll back up and check them out. But what do you guys feeling about this potential gun ban? What are you guys' thoughts? What if it was going on in your state? What would be some of the things that you would do? Would you consider leaving? Would you consider staying? Would you just freely, if you have weapons, if you do have assault weapons, would you freely give them away? Not to mention you've probably bought these things and paid for these things. So, and you've gone to. That's what kills me, because it's not for the law-abiding. I mean, the laws only pertain to the law-abiding citizen. The people who are not law-abiding, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. You know, if you have a criminal, do you really honestly think that a criminal is going to go and turn in their illegally gotten gun to the authorities and register it, and they got it illegally anyway? You think a person who's convicted of a felon, who's carrying a gun, is really gonna go turn that in? What do you think? You can't be that slow. You know, nobody can be that slow. So I will leave if they ban all pew pew. Y'all are funny. I wish I can come up on a red light so I can read what you guys are saying. It never fails. Every time I start talking to you guys when I'm driving, I start yawning. I think it's because I'm not breathing, which should be normal and natural. It should be natural to breathe. But apparently when I talk to you guys, I don't. All right, so I'm going to pull over so I can catch up on chat. Because I knew this was going to be a good topic. I knew if I wrote it the way I wrote it, I knew we'd get some people to jump in real quick. And I knew it would be a good topic that where you guys are chiming in a lot. So I'm going to pull over real quick so we can catch up on chats. And keep them coming, okay? Keep them coming, because you guys know when I stop again, I will catch up on them. Let's see here. All right. No, we have no power. Go to a spring for water. That's amazing. Hello, Linda Bishop. I grew up with no power or AC in Houston until I was 15. Wow. Being off grid does mean you have no power or water. It just means you are disconnected from. Okay, I didn't catch that. No solar, no wind field, no generators, no backing down, no running to other states that will turn blue later. Will not bow down like a coward. Yeah, that's the way I feel. I would only leave if they banned all pew-pew, personally, but if they ever ban everything, I will be gone in a heartbeat, agrees Zark. They have to get rid of the guns, conservatives, Christians, before they can implement the... I lost it. I was trying to read what Paul said. Oh, NW World Order. All the market beast system. Turn off grid. Maybe that is how Hollywood promotes such nasty lifestyles. They're trying to turn people away from God and bring in their NWO. I mean, those are definitely some theories that are starting to look like, yeah, they could be reality. But the people here in Virginia are like, we're not having it. We are not having Zark. And I know you up in Northern Virginia, that area. Haven't you been proud of how the people have been turning out and letting their voices be heard? You run tyranny will follow. That is my personal. Do you think Hitler would have been satisfied with 99% of the world? No, he wanted it all. I agree. I truly agree. And if you look back in history, see, I love history. You know, if you look back in history, history has a tendency of repeating itself. I mean, if it's guns now, is it going to be books here in the next 3 years? You know, I mean, they already are leaving out, you know, history. They're already turning history books into the history that they want to teach children. Because, you know, how do you indoctrinate a new society? You teach them from a young age. So anyway, that's where I am. I was so happy to hear about the militia yesterday and how certain sheriffs in certain areas are like, I'm not going, you know, and they've been on the news and everything, like, I'm not going to infringe upon anybody's Second Amendment right. You know, and I was like, good for you, sir, or ma'am. So the gun pew pew debate rages on. We shall see what happens. But now, you know, it's like the Democratic, you know, party is starting to back down. And I think it's kind of like what Knife Collector said. I think they did all this, raised all this ruckus so they could get one step closer. You know, because what better way to do it than to threaten everybody's everything, and then like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we just want a statewide registry. So I plan on a peaceful and lawful protest, but I expect some fools to attempt some violence against us. Not afraid though. Miss Grace actually sent me an article. I haven't read it yet, but she was saying there's going to be a mass protest on, I think she said the 20th. I'm going to look at it and read it. I'm just telling you guys this, anybody that's in the local area, you know, just be very, very careful and which side, you know, no matter what side you're on, be careful if you're going to go out and voice your opinion, because this could be, you know, anywhere you go, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. It's a video from Zombie Farmer. Oh, okay, his last video. Okay, thank you. Lots of static. Oh boy. Sorry, y'all. How's that? Is that better? Check, test. Y'all let me know how I sound. I have a new device. I think I'm gonna be forced to start using it. Safety first. Good. Hey, Christina. Okay, so how's my sound now? I might do a live from Richmond myself, just because, so y'all can see. That'll be great. That'll be really, really good. That's good. Okay, hi Christina. Yeah, that'd be great, Zart. Or you can, you know, send me and send me some pictures. Take some pictures and send them to me, or, you know, send me some video as well, so I can post it. You know, post it on the channel, if you will. Yeah, I would love to see what's going on, you know, on the ground. Because, you know, you just can't believe anything you see in the media anymore. You just cannot believe it. Well, I can't believe it. I really, 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 really can't believe it, because it's just like, God, when are you guys going to actually tell the truth? So anyway, that's where we are in Virginia. And I like the way Paul put it. Paul put it as like, this is ground zero. Yeah, this is the test to see what happens. And after this, it will spread. It would spread. You know, and what better way to control people? You know, take away their and to me it's so crazy though, because anyway, I just you know, I didn't serve and, you know, put my life on the line for so many years to come back and not be able to protect my family. That's just, to me, that's insane. But it is what it is. All right, let's switch gears, guys. Let's talk about the food shortage. And I mentioned last night on the live, because I think somebody came in, it's like, there is no food shortage. You might not be seeing it right now. But there's definitely a food shortage. And it started kind of like, you know, real small. And it has the potential of being very, very big. And I'm gonna tell you guys, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I would not be on it, and I wouldn't be talking about it so much if I was able to grow food this year. Okay? Normally, I have an overabundance of corn. Normally, I have an overabundance of tomatoes. Normally, I have an overabundance of okra, figs, peaches. I mean, that's just to name a few, because I grow a lot of stuff in my little backyard. Having said that, I'm taking a break from canning until after Christmas. Oh boy, you guys are doing it. By the time most people wake up, it'll be too late for them. I read the article blaming Trump administration for shutting down 700,000 food stamp recipients. I can't help but wonder if the food shortage is related. I tend to think that. I know someone who personally, they definitely need that program. She has four small children. She went and applied. My garden failed twice. Yeah, I had to plant corn 3 times just to get corn to grow. A greenhouse should have. Yeah, a greenhouse should have. So I know somebody personally. I know them personally, who applied for food stamps this month, who needs them. I mean, it's not one of those people who are just, trying to suck off the system. She has 4 small children. She and the boyfriend he just up and left her, and she's one of those people that needs it. And before she could even get her application in good, declined. I was like, what? Are you serious? That is insane. You one of the people that need it. So, of course, she's struggling to make ends meet and to basically feed her family. And I have to agree with Zark on this one. You're cutting people's EBTs. This is something I can't stand seeing right here. All these policemen pulling people out of their cars, searching them. Do y'all not know your rights? No, that's the problem. We don't know our rights. Anyway, I also read that Trump's trade deal with China includes U.S. selling $32 billion worth of agriculture, food, property to China. Wow, that's a lot. I applied once for food stamps. They told me I was the wrong demographic. Demographic. Because you were living in the wrong area. They said they gonna deny you. Oh goodness. Well, they told my friend, they was like, oh yeah, you make $50 too much. I was like, what the heck does that mean? Is that $50 a week, $50 every 2 weeks, $50 a month, $50 a whole year? I mean, what the heck does that mean? And it all came out because the way her work schedule, she just changed her hours at work, and was able to pick up a couple more hours. And because of that, they was like, oh, yep, you're over $50. I believe it was $50 a pay period, and I'm sure she would gladly give away that whatever she makes. Well, let's say it's $100. I'm sure she would gladly give them that $100 if she can get $200 or $300 worth of food stamps. Okay. Qualify for food stamps because I'm elderly and I don't make that much. Maybe they won't take mine away. I really need it. Okay. Used to. I have to read that in a minute. Yeah, I mean, for people that need to see, a lot of people game the system. And I've seen people who didn't need it and could qualify and get it. And I know for a fact, when Jennifer and I, when we were really struggling, we probably could have gone down and applied, and perhaps would have gotten it. And part of my pride wouldn't allow me to go do it. But then again, I don't like people in my business like that. I don't want. And a lot of days we just did what we had to do. We ate spaghetti noodles and doggone pasta sauce a lot of days. And there were a lot of days that was all we ate. And there were a lot of days that we skipped meals. Hey, it's not going to kill you to skip a few meals. Trust me. So anyway, I tend to believe that yes, that the food shortage has something to do with the EBT and the food stamp system, and the 750,000 people that are being cut and or removed from that system. I think that it's. I mean, you can't, because you can't make me believe that out of 750,000 people, everybody, didn't need them. There are so many. Man, what am I doing? I'm about to really mess up. Now let me over. You are such a nice person. Thank you. Oh my God, I almost ran in the back of this person because they just slammed on brakes for no reason. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, guys, listen. The handwriting is on the wall, okay? And that's an old proverb that's from the Bible. Back, I want to say it's in Daniel, when was it King Nebuchadnezzar? He couldn't interpret the dreams or whatever, and then when I believe it was Daniel came, the hand just started writing on the wall, and I can't remember what it said. Ute something. But anyway, the handwriting is on the wall, guys. And look at it this way. If you don't believe that there's a food shortage, then start stocking up on food now. And here in 18 months, 24 months, whatever, if it doesn't happen, then just eat the freaking stuff that you stocked up on. And regardless, learn from our ancestors. Most of us are, I'm guessing, over 30, 40 years old. And we remember seeing grandma in the kitchen canning things like Queenie did for us other night. We remember seeing that kind of stuff. Because I remember when I went to my grandparents' house, my grand aunts, those people, they always had food, and they always had cans upon cans upon cans of food. And then it got to the point where they started getting modern. They started buying store-bought cans. But it's nothing like what Queenie did the other night and showed us how to can stuff. You can't beat that. You cannot beat a whole meal in a jar. I don't care who you are and what you're talking about. And anyway, so just start putting away some stuff. Learn from the folks that went through the Depression. Learn from the people. I mean, shoot, we went through a recession about 10 years ago, and we felt it. We definitely felt it. My granny used to make homemade sauerkraut. Dang, I miss it. She never can, but her mother did. Trump's Middle East peace deal includes splitting the land in Israel. I think America will be punished for doing that. So for prayer. Just my thoughts. Well, thank you for making your thoughts here. That's why I can. Food in a jar, cheaper and healthier. I agree. That is how we learned to can my grandma and mom. Cool. Food in a jar, cheaper and healthier. Yes, it is. I think I read it already. But we I truly hope that I'm wrong about all of this. I sure hope that we're wrong about these bang bangs here in Virginia. And see, you got to understand, this is like the start of the what they call the Dirty South, the Deep South, and the Revolutionary War and the Civil War were fought right here. More the Civil War than the Revolutionary War. But is not this part of the reason why those two wars were fought? Revolutionary War for independence, the right to be independent, and then more the Civil War for the federal government not to be telling the state pretty much what to do. And I know there's a lot more that goes along with it, but now the state is regulating what the people are doing, and the people are speaking. And it's like we quoted last week. Benjamin Franklin said, somebody asked him what kind of Government did you give us? We gave you a republic as long as you can keep it. You know, it's supposed to be for the people, by the people. But it has turned into for corporate greed, for politician greed, for political gain, and take a dump on the little guy, take a dump on the people. But you know, those are my feelings. And a lot of times I don't give you guys my feelings. I really try to be neutral when we're talking, but not when it comes to individual rights. All right, let's catch up on some of these chats. I apologize for not turning those doggone buzzing off. All right, God will split this country by himself. I saw that vision. Okay, Miss Grace. Yeah, I'm watching that peace deal too. Okay. Yes, he will. Peace deal scary than the food shortage because we don't know when God will punish us. Miss Grace, I used to like Trump, but if he tries to split Israel, I don't want anything to do with him. That's going to bring destruction. Well, I can things and made up stuff like people. Don't ever eat any more things like cauliflower and canned chow. I've had, I'm not sure. Oh boy. I'm trying to catch up with you guys' chats. Y'all keep them coming in. It's cool. We just keep scrolling. Zark, I fear God. I remember fermenting pickle things like sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, relish, etc. Then I like chow. A correction that they canned things like chow and didn't waste anything. No. And when you're struggling, you can't afford to wait. You can't afford to waste nothing. Okay, I know that's bad English, but you can't afford to waste anything. My grandma loves chow and my husband likes it with black-eyed peas and cornbread. Have never fermented or pickled, but would love to learn. I love pickles. All right, guys, listen. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys for chiming in and coming in and saying what you said. And if you're a person that you believe in prayer, now is the time to pray. And if you're a person who believes in action, now is the time to take action. Okay? Now is the time to make your voice heard and to stand up, you know, and make sure your voice is heard. So anyway, hit the like. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, y'all make sure you hit the like button before we get out of here. Can't waste nothing. Take a piece of bread and wipe the plate clean. I've been doing that all my life. But see, when you grow up and you're a kid and you don't know when your next meal is gonna come from, it kind of trains you, you know, into all the way into adulthood to really not be wasteful. And Jennifer tells me all the time I'm such a hoarder, but I'm a hoarder because I know what it's like to go through hard times. You know, I personally know. So anyway, and find ways to cut costs now. And also, somebody mentioned last night. I think it was Jose. Jose said, "Get out of debt." I've been saying that for like 2-3 months now. Put yourself on a fast track to get out of debt, to get rid of your debt. Because if it gets worse and your disposable income goes away, yeah. All right, so then it says the Revolutionary War was fought for our independence from a king. Trump's trying to be a king. He wants to suspend elections and stay here forever like a dictator. It's going one way or another. He's out. Well, regardless of how you feel about, the president or the cabinet or, excuse me, y'all. Woo, I know that was loud. I am so sorry. Forgive me, y'all. And I got this mic right here, so I know that was loud. I am so sorry. Regardless of how you feel about the current administration, we are in a country that, thank y'all for saying bless me. That's so courteous and wonderful of y'all. We're in a country that is changing, and it has been changing, where we have been losing rights here and there. And you know, just be mindful of what's going on, and just keep praying for this country. You know, I've been through 33 countries. This is my favorite. Okay, you can do things and you can say things here that will get you killed in other countries. You know, us getting together like this and talking, and we, you know, not that we're bashing the government, but we have the freedom of speech right now. And if I was monetized, I'm sure YouTube would probably demonetize this video, which is, you know, it's cool, whatever. But in other countries, you don't have this. Roger, other people driving don't know that you got a car full of people in there talking to. Oh, good. I don't think other people care. They're trying to run you over as they're getting wherever they're going. All right, look, guys, I'm at my next stop. I have to get in here and, you know, like I say, make some other people happy. And we have church tonight. We have a huge event tonight, so I may go live tonight for the folks that are into Christmas carols and all that. It's going to be a candlelight visual tonight at the church. I guess you can call it that. And they get together, they're going to sing Silent Night, they're going to sing Joy to the World, and then they're going to sing This Little Light of Mine. We got some special guests coming in. They're going to have some steel drums. We got these two well, they used to be little girls. They're not little girls anymore. They're teenagers now. They're called A Time for Two. One plays the violin, the other one plays the cello. They're amazing too, by the way. And they perform all over the world. So they'll be there, and I'll probably go live tonight and just, you know, bring you guys in so y'all can see that kind of stuff. How much people you got in your car? About 9. Haha. Yeah. At one time, I think we had gotten up to like 20. Close to 20. I was playing, so I was like, wow, this is a pretty good live. But anyway, listen, we're getting out of here. Thank y'all so much. And look for us tonight. And if you missed the premiere last night, I did another shopping video. So if you missed that premiere, make sure you check out the premiere I did last night. I did an extensive shopping. I showed you guys all kind of prices, you know, last night in that video. So you can compare our prices here to your prices. They might be better, they might be worse. But please go check that out, all right? And send your emails. Email me your pictures, your videos, whatever. PlantBasedHomesteadPrep@gmail.com. I will dedicate an entire... I got a video coming out. I'm going to try to put it up and have it ready for tomorrow night. I think I'm going to start doing premieres every other night because it seems to be working a little better that way. And this young lady sent me pictures at a Walmart in Pennsylvania. When you guys see these pictures, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. And you know, I know these folks are like, oh, there's no food shortage and this is the on-demand food, you know, this is just the way it is. Nah, not in these pictures. Can't make me believe that. But anyway, that should be up and ready tomorrow night. We'll do a premiere tomorrow night. But thank you guys. I appreciate you. We got to go. And I'll see you next time. All right, take care.